Are we still feeling 50-50?
I'm now like 90-10.
90, it's not her.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's a very intense close-up of something hanging over the camera. Oh, it's moving.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi, Nyhjee. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
What?
Hello.
There she is.
I am over the moon.
Sienna?
Sienna, yeah.
Sienna. Okay, what's up? Because you understand, Sienna, that there was some concern that you might not be you.
Yeah.
Not just because of the FaceTime thing, but also because of the time that you said you guys would meet and you didn't show up and he sat there for hours waiting for you and you gave him what feels like a bogus excuse that there was some family emergency. What's up with all that? I mean...
I thought that I could meet Nyhjee a couple times, but I pulled out each time.
So like, why was you ducking me?
Well, the problem really is like my mom and like the way she is. Like she doesn't let me really date anyone, so it's kind of why Nyhjee's been put on the back burner with FaceTiming and not meeting up.
Look, I can understand getting cold feet or whatever, but you knew he was taking a train.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell him like before he left?
It was very stupid and immature of me to even pursue the idea of us meeting if I wasn't gonna go through with it. But I did think I was gonna go through with it. I just couldn't do it when it actually came time to meet. I couldn't do that to my mom.
But why didn't you tell me though?
Because I didn't know how you would react to that. Some men would just like leave if they knew it was like a bigger problem, like that I couldn't really be with you.
So you're not sure you're ready to tell your mom, hey, this is someone I'm interested in, I'm gonna go out with them, because she would either get upset or potentially there would be some repercussions?
Yeah, so she's always been a little protective, like, and a little strict at that. So like, me going to meet a boy that I have never even met in person or FaceTime, she would think that's really dangerous and she wouldn't want me doing that. So like when it really came down to it, it was just like too much for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you are 18, so to be fair, she would be right.
Yeah.
But here's my question, like, it doesn't mean that you couldn't talk to her and say like, hey, I've been talking to this guy for 2 years, he's really sweet, would you FaceTime with him? And or would you come with me to meet him? Like, you don't think that's something she'd be interested in doing?
Now I think that she would be interested in doing that, with me having a conversation with her, you know, sitting down face to face and explaining and telling her about the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, what do you consider Nyhjee to be in your life?
I would definitely consider him my boyfriend, and that would mean that I would have to tell my mother.
Right, okay. So you are 18,
Yeah,
you live on a farm in Delaware,
yeah.
you did work at a Dairy Queen, and presumably your mom knows that you're doing this, right? That you're on the show?
I have to talk to her.
When are you gonna do that?
Well, I'm gonna have to soon.
Okay, Sienna, I'm not getting grounded because of you, all right?
No.
Okay, so then when you mentioned that you needed some money to fix your car, was that legit?
That was legit.
And so what was up with the Cash App going to some weird person named Manuel?
So what happened with that is I needed my like routing number and stuff to like, you know, hook it up to my bank account, and I didn't have that for the longest time just because I didn't go to the bank and get it. So it's just like, you can send the money to someone who already has Cash App and already has that set up, and then they take out the cash for me.
Okay, so that was legit. That actually is a
Yeah.
friend of yours, and he gave you the money, and you really used it to fix your car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who is Polo?
She's my friend from Dairy Queen.
Did she tell you that we spoke to her?
Yeah, she called me. She told me that people called her trying to get information about someone that's been talking to this person for X amount of years. And she said that the call didn't go very well, so.
Okay.
Okay, well then this is great.
I feel like Nyhjee
Yeah.
has questions to ask.
How you feeling, Nyhjee?
So like, I got something to tell you that I ain't never tell you.
Okay.
I got something to tell you that I ain't never tell you.
Okay.
I was talking and like hooking up with a bunch of girls during our breaks, and like sometimes while we were talking.
Wait, not just on breaks?
So, you cheated on me. You said how many people?
Probably like 4.
Okay. I don't understand.
Because like you was never there, so like.
I understand, but I would never do that to you because we had boundaries that we had set.
It was really like not being able to see you because like I just felt like I was talking to a wall, just only talking on the phone.
Doesn't mean you go and have sex with people because I'm not. Like,
I'm honestly shocked that you brought this up at all.
We didn't discuss this.
Yeah, I mean, I have to commend you for your brutal honesty and like saying this, because I guess it was something that was weighing on you and you felt bad about, but like, we had no idea. We knew he was talking to other girls during the breaks.
that's kind of childish.
Well, I think Sienna, in Nyhjee's defense, which normally I don't defend cheating at all, I think with him, you know, trying to come and see you and you saying that you were gonna come see him and it never worked out, he was just kind of like, I don't even know what the this is. But he told us from the beginning, there's something about this girl. Like, nothing has ever been the same as Sienna. I just think it's a complicated situation.
It's just, I wish I was told a little sooner.
You know, the situation sort of unfolded rather quickly and went from what I thought was this great, beautiful first meeting between two lovers, and then it sort of very quickly unraveled and became this other thing. So, Nyhjee, is it cool if we just check in with her quickly and then we'll bring you back in?
All right.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
How are you guys?
Confused.
I definitely had other ideas of how this would go.
So at the time you were 16, right, when you first started talking,
Yeah.
based on your mom being very protective, you weren't dating guys then.
Right, I've never had a boyfriend, actually, except him.
And then he did mention that you guys had some like breaks. What was that about?
He would get frustrated because I'm not FaceTiming him, I'm not giving him what he wants, I'm not, you know, video chatting him or meeting up with him. Therefore, you know, that's gonna cause some friction.
Well, you said that you guys had had a conversation. You and Nyhjee had talked about boundaries. When was that conversation and what was said during that?
It was definitely within this year, and we just talked about like being a couple. We even kind of went in depth of like our future and stuff like that. Like if we were to like move in with each other in the future, or like where we would be, you know, like
Right.
corny stuff.
I understand. And if you guys did have a conversation about being exclusive, then that would definitely have been crossing a boundary. But you didn't think that he might have talked to other people?
No, he told me he didn't.
So he lied.
Yeah.
That's up. The way that he went about that was wrong. So I'm sorry that you had to have that experience.
We've never had two hopeless hook up. An identical twin?
Everybody in Hawaii is in on this.
That's insane. We've never seen anything like this. The Catfish sent you the real guy's Facebook page. Come on!